What's up guys, it's Wasabi and I'm back with a Finalmouse again. And this one in particular kicks off their competition series. You know how Finalmouse is with their releases, there's always some sort of change and improvements with each one, and it's been happening a little too frequently. So at least until there is a true continuous production model that you can order from batches or on their website right now, I don't feel that it's a product that should be reviewed just yet, at least for my channel. So what I'm doing is experiencing each and every ULX release since the first ULX so that when the time comes, I can properly recommend it to my viewers based on experience, because quite a few would wonder how much it has improved. It's very expensive though. The stated weight of the medium size is 36 grams, and on my unit with the stock skates, it weighs in at 38 grams. This is probably the best looking Finalmouse to me, at least when you look at it from the top. It looks like some super high-end niche mouse, and that is very fitting with what Finalmouse is setting themselves up to be. The best thing about this colorway is that you will never see sweat or fingerprint marks on this one. For me, I quite like the raw look of the carbon composite, but I don't know, I feel like the base should have been a matte finish. It's just this part that makes the mouse look cheap. I understand that they were going for a raw look, but I think there should have been some exceptions made to the finish of the base, because this does not look good at all. The build feels a little tighter than the previous ULXs, not forgetting that this is an ultra lightweight mouse and the materials are super thin to achieve a certain weight. So if you intentionally press down on certain points like right on the back, it will flex. But really with normal use, at least for me, the mouse as a whole feels solid enough but could be better. You will hear and feel parts like the mouse buttons move when you grab onto the mouse, which is something you don't usually get with most mice on the market, and it would be very nice if something like that is worked out if possible with future versions. The clear coating on the top of the mouse is not grippy, it feels very smooth, much smoother than the previous ULXs, but the sides on the other hand give a good amount of grip, so it's pretty much the only part that gives you a very good hold on the mouse. Now these solid sides are probably the thing that got people most interested in this release, and I would say that it does feel good. Also with this one, there are no grip tapes included in the box. The mouse buttons are quite wobbly, which is something that I feel should be improved, and you can try tightening the screws and applying some fixes, but for a mouse of this price, if any form of DIY is needed, it is quite a fail. This mouse has Huano transparent blue sharpening dot switches, the clicks feel light and are very easy to spam, and the side buttons feel very well fitted in. For those of you who are familiar with previous ULX models, the back side button still has that sort of high-pitched click. And for the scroll wheel, scrolling feels on the mushier side. It kinda reminds me of the Superlight 2 scroll wheel, but not as tight. It sounds mushy and has this very odd ticking sound when I first got it, but it gets less obvious after using it over time. The scroll click on the other hand, I love how it feels. Aside from the design and colorway, the only thing that makes me want to use this mouse is the scroll click. This one is light, it's not light enough to click on accident, and the travel distance combined with its tactility is what makes it feel very satisfying for me, because it feels like you're pressing down on a button. Everything else about the mouse though feels okay. For me, a Finalmouse is not a mouse I would main just yet, but I do use it from time to time to keep my experience fresh. I rotate between a symmetrical and ergo and something exotic, which happens to be a Finalmouse. As much as I would like everyone to experience a Finalmouse, it's still not a mouse that I feel I can recommend in confidence just yet, because it's not at the level of feeling as finished as mice that you can buy off the shelf, for example. And if I do recommend it now, a lot of people are going to be upset. But it's getting there, and when they finally do a continuous production ULX with a quality standard that people would expect for the price without having to make exceptions, I would be more than happy to recommend gamers to give it a try. Though even so, this is still the best looking mouse that uses carbon composite in my opinion. For now, for people who never tried a Finalmouse ULX before, I'd say it's best to wait and see how the next one turns out, because at this point it still feels like they are experimenting. Unless of course you have the extra cash and you don't mind getting this one from the resale market just to collect. Oh, and another thing, if you happen to have issues or questions with any Finalmouse that you own, check on the Discord group and use the search function to see if any of those questions have already been answered before. And if not, you can ask or drop their support an email, but just remember that they are not there for you to make demands or vent your frustrations. They are human beings, same as you and me, who will do what they can to help, but are also very busy as you can imagine, so have some patience, and sometimes it can take a while. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.